Welcome to another edition of the Allstate Bontrager Insurance Agency pregame show. And holy cow, is this a big one tonight? It's big because it's a game where the victor gets to go on next week and represent their school in the 6A state championship. It's big because Center Grove football expects to be there. It's big because we expect to win it. It's big because it's another McFo with a storied tradition. And Coach, we get to jump on that bus, head over to the west side, and get out at Ben Davis Stadium in our road whites, and what an incredible opportunity.
Well, first off, isn't this a beautiful day right now to be doing an interview? I hear the weather's going to change for tonight, but right now it's 80 degrees. It feels like we're in August, previewing the first game of the season. This is absolutely beautiful. Wish we were playing here in the lovely Ray Skillman Stadium, but tonight it'll sit empty, but everybody's thoughts and anxious will be over on the west side with Ben Davis High School. Big game. Big is a good word. A great game, great event. Semi-state, Final Four. It's our sixth straight semi-state game. That's hard to say. Really proud of what our program has done for the last 6 years in a row to come back to this point. Really proud of being undefeated state champion last year and having a huge bullseye on our back all year. Fall short the first game with some loss of kids. And our kids come back from that point on and win 11 straight football games to put us in this situation. We have definitely been, doers of our own work. We really have been rewarded for the work we've put in and for the effort the kids have put forth. And each week, I've really been excited to see our kids and watch how they've come out and just take control of football games. It's been a great sight to see. No matter what the outcome is tonight, this team has fought hard and probably harder than any team I've ever had.
Ben Davis is going to look a lot like offensively that Warren Central, what we faced in Warren Central last week. A little bit different is their quarterback's a little bit more elusive, and then that run pass option is going to be significant. We're going to have to stay put and do our best to contain him. He got loose a few times against us earlier this season, but he will be a challenge.
Yeah, I mean, their running game is a little different. Warren Central could line up with the big Tante boy and run it down your throat. I'm not saying that Ben Davis can't. They just don't show they do it a lot. But what they can do is run the run pass option look, and he can pull it and take off with it. And we don't have many answers for a kid with that kind of speed. We're going to try some games with him, and maybe it'll work. Maybe it won't. I don't know. Down the field, though, he can throw it. They got kids, as Warren Central did. They have great kids that can go after the football and make plays. Just got to keep everything in front of us and show a lot of patience and diligence, perseverance, and work hard and try to make them make mistakes. It's like anything. I'd rather be lucky than good, and tonight's going to be one of those things.
When you look at the tournament, the teams we faced outside of maybe our first game have all been putting up tremendous amounts of points offensively, but they're also giving up a lot of points defensively, and that's probably the biggest difference I see in our program is we are putting up points, but we're not allowing points, and that could be a big part of this game.
And I think Ben Davis sort of mirrors that too. In the weeks past, they've put up great numbers and they've defended really well. We've been able to put numbers up on the board this year and then take numbers off the board on defense. Our defense has been the difference. Totally didn't really expect us to be able to control the run as well as we have this year with losing the kids we did. We lost 6 good college football players off that defense, and it's just great to see our young kids come in and stand up. Our linebacking core of Arbuckle, Bennett, and Bolin have just been phenomenal players back there. They're not the biggest, fastest, but they make plays. Our kids up front, Parker Ferguson has really come on as the deflections and interceptions, and Seth Fernando stays tight in his 1 gap or 3 gap. And, our ends are getting better. Dan Root has struggled a little bit physically in the last month or so. I think tonight he might feel better than he has in about a month playing football. Cole Williams is coming on the other side. As a junior, he's coming up. He's really stepped up and playing some good football. But I think when you look at it, it's from the guys back that's really helped us. Bontrager and Lackey at safety here. When people talk about our team, they talk about our safeties, how hard they hit, and they intercept balls. They're not the tallest or the greatest athletes, but they both have excellent speed and they intercept balls, but they hit you and tackle you. Getting guys on the ground is huge. It'd be huge tonight to get kids on the ground for Ben Davis, not let them continue to, get hit at 5 yards and then stumble on to 20. You got to get them on the ground and make them play. The big answer tonight will be make them have 15 play scoring drives that they're going to score. Eliminate the big play. And for us, it's continue to run the ball 12, 13, 14, 15 times scoring drive to score. And if we can make a big play, that's great. But you can't just depend on teams like Warren Central and Ben Davis. You can't show up and think you're going to throw the ball over their head.
One thing that's been very noticeable, a lot of people have come up to me, so they've noticed it as well, is I don't know if it's the disrespect it feels like we have gotten as a program this year, if it's the fact that these kids have just won a tremendous amount of games, but the focus the past few weeks against Columbus North before they took the field, the focus last week in that huddle before they ran on the field for Warren Central, it's been something different than I've seen in past years, and it would appear that they're just as focused this week.
Yeah, I think I'm really proud of that, and that's been our key all week long, is to stay focused. Now, you think, well, how can you not be focused? Well, they're high school kids; they think about 1,000 other things as the day goes. But the great thing about playing this game is you get on a bus with only your team, you drive over there by yourself with only your team, you get out with only your team. So it becomes easier to focus when you're on the road than it is when you're here, and you start to see this place fill up and all the music and stuff. So, hoping that focus will be another key for us tonight, but it's just about who wants it the worst now. It's going who's going to break down, who's going to be the healthiest in the game and make the plays.
The IHSAA started the sectional play back in 1985, and in that time frame, in the big schools, there's only been 2 programs to ever have won 6 straight regionals in a row. Those 2 teams play each other tonight. Those programs play each other. Ben Davis and Center Grove. Coach, we wish you all the luck.
Well, that's a great stat. I'm glad I know that now. I just worry about the next game, and it's tonight. Our opponent will have no face tonight. We're going to go out and play good, hard Trojan football, focus on winning another one. Go Trojans.